I just want my man back today. Some days you just wake up and today I want my man back. So you gotta get.
Okay, can you get out?
Weird, and that's why we broke up, because you're weird and you're sketchy and you're sus about a lot of things. For what?
I broke up with you.
If you want women to start taking you seriously, you have got to start communicating directly and confidently about what you want. I want to take you on a date. I want to see you again. I want to do this thing with you. Stop being wishy-washy and start being direct.
This new generation is too beefing with right now, but light still lit. Neither ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Only darkness every day.
Nothing has made me feel more unattractive than trying to date in Vancouver. I literally feel like the ugliest person alive when I live there. The men just completely ignore you. And it's only when you leave where you're like, oh my god, am I actually not ugly? Like, do people find me attractive? The men in Vancouver just have a huge level of indifference. And it's because they can get away with just sliding in someone's DMs and being like, hey, what are you up to tonight? Like, these are boys, these are not men. And then you leave and you meet a man who like will plan a date, will book a reservation, will make a move. And you're like, whoa. So men still exist. And you don't have to be the parent or like the masculine role. I just don't want to waste my 20s feeling like I'm the most unattractive person alive. And that's how I feel in Vancouver dating.
You know, a lot of these modern women have followed this lie that they got to be a boss babe. And then they get to a certain age to where they're tired of being strong and independent. And they talking about they don't need no man. And all of a sudden they do need a man, right? Back in the day when you was thriving and surviving and moving and shaking and all that stuff, oh, I'm self-sufficient, I don't need no man and all that stuff, sounds great. I'm powerful, I'm a goddess and all that other stuff, until you want to be feminine, until you want to sit in your divine feminine, until you want to be a passenger princess. And then all of a sudden, that ain't the life that I want now. But guess what? With all the trash that you was talking, you didn't really ruin your prospects in a lot of these situations.
Never teach a man how to love you. Stop reminding him, stop asking, stop begging, because a man who truly cares doesn't need instructions. Yeah. He knows how to show up. Yeah. He knows how to make time. Yeah. He knows how to make you feel valued. Yeah. Yeah. And if he's not doing it, it's not because he doesn't know, it's because he's choosing not to. And that's your answer. Yeah. Because the right man will never leave you confused. Yeah.
Girls, matrimony reminders. 1, marriage benefits a man more than it does to a woman. You make sure you are benefiting almost equally, especially if they are living with the parents. 2, a man should love you more. Always the man should love you more. 3, keep your ego aside. Okay, there's a difference between ego and self-respect. Keep your ego aside and lead with self-respect. 4, convince yourself he is not the man, he is not the one, and let God convince you otherwise.
One of the major reasons why people aren't getting married is because a lot of men don't want to commit anymore. They're terrified of the thought of divorce proceedings and the financial implications of it. So you've got a whole vast group of men in the last 10 to 20 years who are saying, I don't need this commitment. I can just live with them.
Okay.
And that is why there is that change in the statistics. There's also a drop off a little bit of divorce statistics because, of course, if less people are getting married, less people are getting divorced.
Of course.
But the statistics of people living together are increasing.
And modern women continue to talk about, and this is why really honestly and truly, they come up with the mental load. You know what? Okay, let's be fair. There are in some relationships, the man is not doing what he's supposed to be doing. The man's not carrying his weight. Fair. I got it. He shouldn't be doing it. He should be actually helping, right? But what they do is they put, instead of being like, okay, I'm carrying 90% of the mental load, but my husband is carrying 90% of the physical load. I got the mental load, he's got the physical. She's expecting the man to come in. She says half, but what she actually means is, I actually want you to carry 70, 80% of the mental load and continue to carry your 90% of the mental load. And when men realize that, that's when they started opting out.
DL men tend to go for masculine women. So if you're trying to avoid this rising DL crisis, then simply don't be a masculine woman, meaning look feminine, wear your natural hair, don't get fake body parts installed. Just be genuinely feminine, be soft, don't be a boss baddie babe. Get to the money, but don't be one of them.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
One of the biggest red flags when you're dating like an older man is if he's still single at 29, 30 plus, that is a red flag. Like there's something wrong.
He's just like not ready. And it's like, why have you not been ready? Because you're pushing 30 and like...
It's either you're not ready and don't want to settle down, or there's something bad going on. Something weird's happening with you.
Yeah.
And that's a red flag to girls trying to date you.
But some people think it's like not a red flag because they're like, oh, like he's mature and he's like ready, which could be true.
No, I'm like, a girl would have swooped you up at this point.
You think so?
Yes.
I don't know.
And a lot of these modern women will sit up here and watch a man do the things that he's supposed to be doing, act like he's supposed to be acting, and take it for granted. Fumble him, straight up. Just fumble. They try to make it seem like he's the problem. He's the one doing things that he, he did this, or he was this, and this. No, you're the problem. You have the issue, and it's time for you to start taking accountability for you fumbling a good man. Plain and simple, man. I did this. I talked to him this way. I was acting silly, had a bad attitude. I wouldn't dress appropriately. I was posting pictures I probably shouldn't have posted. And he got tired of it. He told me this multiple times. He reasoned with me. He sat down and explained things to me. And yet and still continued to do what I wanted to do. And so he left. We couldn't come to agreement, which really means I couldn't stop doing.
Bring back the days of hitting on women, please. I just came back from a High Rocks class and girl, I do so much. I put myself out there, but you guys are either not in that space, or even if they are like so closed off. I mean, I even dress cute. Like, look at my outfit. Look at it. Look at the back of this. It's so cute. I'm dressing up cute, and guys are just like lazy or just zoned out, or I don't know, or taken, I guess. Look at that butt. I'm putting myself through High Rocks. Like, come on. What do you want me to do? I'm not going on the dating apps. Have you seen the guys on dating apps? I'm not putting this on the dating app. So God help me, and that's the end of this video.
Some women get tired of loving in survival mode. They get tired of not feeling safe, seen, heard, and not feeling like they matter. Like they always have to prove their strength just to feel enough, just to feel like they're worthy. That's why a lot of them are choosing to stay single, because they would rather protect their peace than beg for basic effort. They're tired of over-explaining their feelings. They're tired of shrinking just to keep the peace. They're tired of being loyal to men who just move inconsistent. And at some point, peace feels a lot better than potential. Silence feels better than anxiety. And for her, being alone feels a lot safer than questioning if you're enough for someone who never shows up.
You have a lot of these modern women are stunned. They're stunned. They're asking, how is this guy moving on? Doesn't he regret losing me? How are men nowadays moving on so fast? Don't they miss me? Oh, did they ever really care about the relationship? In a lot of situations, they did. But, there's a saying, a man would rather dwell on a rooftop or he would rather dwell in the corner of a house. I'd rather live basically in the heat, in the elements, rather than put up with a lot of stuff that's going on. Number one. Number two, you might be a nice person, but there's some things about you that he's just tired of, and you haven't really changed those, and those really grind his gears. So when he's not chasing you and he's moving on, it might be the best for you and it might be the best for him.
I love telling the Neanderthals that I'm no use to them. When they ask me like, oh, I want to get to know you, I love your energy, I love your vibe, I just flat out say, you know what, I'm sorry, but I'm no use to a man. And then they get so perplexed, like they don't understand. Like they're like, what do you mean you're no use to a man? I'm like, yeah, like I don't cook, I don't clean, I don't cater. I'm a gold digger. I am selfish. I only like convenience. And like, it just baffles them.
Let me just say this. Us women know when another woman is trying to get at our man. And no, baby, just because you're taken or in a relationship doesn't mean that other women aren't going to hit on you. Like, some of y'all men be so oblivious to this. Like, baby, why you tripping out? It's not that big of a deal. She knows I'm in a relationship, so there's no way that she's hitting on me. Yeah, she knows that you're in a relationship. And sometimes women like the men that are in relationships more than they like the single one. And by you being openly friendly, openly reciprocating the same energy that she gave you, she thinks that you making yourself available for her. Coming from woman to woman, we always know stuff. Our intuition is, I'm gonna just say, it's always right. And it's not just that because we're insecure or that we're overly jealous. It's just like a common sense of respect from your partner and respect from another girl when she's supposed to be a girl's girl. Like, I'm right here, you're having a conversation with my man and you can't even acknowledge me. Like, no girl, we can't be friends. You calling me pretty? I'm not taking that as a compliment.
What usually happens, because modern women are thinking that men are, kind of sitting in the house alone, just in a dark room. And sometimes I guess you might be, if you're thinking about some stuff. And I would actually honestly and truly encourage that. There's a lot of men out here that are checking out and choosing peace, right? So what's happening is a man is getting home. My house is quiet. I don't have a lot of drama going on, a lot of chaos, no foolishness, nobody texting me with a bunch of attitude, no nonsense, none of that. I ain't got to try to show up, prove myself to somebody that don't like me. I don't have to do all of that. He said, well, you're not a man anymore. No, I just avoid foolishness. That's really all it is. I'm just avoiding the nonsense. That's it. I'm not out here trying to disrespect nobody. I'm not out here trying to give nobody no grief. I'm not out here trying to act crazy with nobody. I'm just trying to avoid foolishness.
We don't gotta wait to be cheated on to be heartbroken. I'm heartbroken the moment you was talking about me in a certain way to your friend to diminish my character. I'm heartbroken the moment you paint me out to the kids to be a certain way because you mad. I'm heartbroken the moment that you show me you don't got my back because I could be trying to do something and you ain't even being supportive in a certain way. Like, the heartbreak for a man start based on a lack of loyalty and a lack of respect. So if a woman is disrespecting us and we want to remove ourselves, that's when we checking out of it, because it's like, I'm not about to go back and forth and disrespect you. We thrive off respect and loyalty. So it's like, when we see our women do things that appear to be disloyal, they don't understand loyalty the way we understand loyalty. They are loyal to how they feel in a moment. And their loyalty in most cases is to the end result that best serves them. Whereas though we make sacrifices as men when you're a good dude, genuine dude, that don't always often benefit us the most.
If we speak to you guys a certain way, you guys will not like it. But you guys could speak to us a certain way. It goes both ways.
If you work for a company, are you going to speak to your boss the same way your boss speaks to you?
You are not my boss.
The fact that you just said you are not my boss is because you view your boss as more than your man, and that's your problem. It's the problem the way you view the man.
My boss pays me.
And your man currently right now takes care of you and your 4 kids.
That's not, wait, we're not talking about my
situation. If you and your boss is an equal and you and your man that's providing for you is an equal, obviously the way he speaks to you is going to be much different the way you speak to him. Just like it's much different the way you speak to your boss and your boss speaks to you.
She said, I don't even have anything to say to that because he's objectively right. There is no universe in which you should have more respect for an employer or a boss than you do for your own husband that takes care of you, that loves you, that is supposed to be the love of your life. People think this is some sort of double standard, but it's not. It's just an acknowledgement of the fact that men and women are different and have different roles in relationships.
And a lot of these modern women, what they want, what their entitlement and their unrealistic standards is, they want a man who's finished. They want a man who's stable, right? I want a successful man. But what do you offer? Well, I can offer you confusion. I can offer you an attitude. I can offer you having to work hard the rest of your life and then be happy about it. That's what I can argue. That's what I can offer you. I can offer you at the most inconvenient times. for you that I have a headache. My stomach hurts. A rat is underneath my armpit and won't come out of. Just any excuse not to do what you've signed up and committed and promised to do. See, modern women don't really have a problem telling you and reminding you of the things that you promised. But when you say, okay, this is what you promised me. Yeah, but I'm not about to let myself be mishandled. Mishandled? How? Well, I just don't feel like it. And you're trying to force me to do it. Well, modern women will figure out any way not to do what they're supposed to be doing, but hold you to what you said you.
45% of Gen Z men have never approached a woman to ask her out on a date or some kind of romantic excursion. There's a lot of reasons why the marriage rate is a lot lower now than it has been in previous decades. But guys, this shouldn't be the case, right? Have some confidence, okay? Maybe you think you're not the best looking guy in the world, and there's ways to deal with that. You can work out, you can groom your hair a little bit better, but guys, be bold. We are the initiators, we are the pursuers, we are the ones that need to go, and we need to be bold and confident and let a girl know our intentions. And if we're never asking out a girl, if we're never going outside and talking to women, well, yeah, it's kind of no surprise why you're single.
Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but your friends actually determined the man you end up with, because your friends will normalize certain behaviors with men. You probably heard that saying that you become most like the people you spend the most time with, but there's actually a lot of psychology to support that statement. You have mirror neurons, which subconsciously mirror the people around you. If your friends are constantly saying, oh, he didn't text me back, oh, I'm gonna give him another chance, he's just busy. Maybe you hear it and you know, oh my God, that's such shit. You're still internalizing it. And eventually it's going to impact the way that you allow men to treat you. That's why advice that's given to people who want to be successful is to literally hang around wealthy people, because the way that they act rubs off on you. There's been so many studies to support this. It's the same way in your dating life. This is why I am a big advocate for keeping a small circle. Ruthlessly cut out people in your life who aren't making you a better version of yourself. No apologies needed.
I think modern women don't really realize that the years that you spent talking about I don't need no man, talking about I'm strong and I'm independent, talking about a man is unnecessary, talking about a man he's useless, I can just make a call, I can do this, and all this other stuff that you like to say, that's not helping your cause, and it's never going to help your cause. In very rare situations will a man say, oh yeah, I like that. This is something that is going to be fun. It's not going to happen a lot. Why? Because essentially, you're going to give him problems. Even if you're a nice person. You might be a nice person. But what's going to continue to come up is you're going to always be keeping up mess. You're going to always be flashing an attitude. Well, that's the way you found me. That's the way you like me. I don't know what you got going on. And they like to say, oh, well, she's spicy and all this stuff. I don't like a lot of spice. I don't like no spice. Just help me out. Help me out. And I'll go even a little bit further. Because some men say, oh, I like a spicy woman. I like that. She got a little bit of attitude on her. But I also think there's a difference between being spicy and just being downright contentious. Like, I'm not going to do anything. There was a woman online talking about, I'm not going to cook for my husband. He got to cook for himself. Okay? He going to pay all the bills too. And I'm going to drive all the gas out the car, and he going to go and fill it up. Okay, now you're just being stupid. He's like, you're not being spicy. You're just being dumb. And who's going to want to continue to be around a person that acts like that?
Men do not come back because they have changed, and they don't come back because they miss you even. They come back because they have beta tested every other woman in town and realized what you knew from the jump. None of these other women gotta like you. Do not confuse him coming back for growth. It's usually loneliness with a little bit of desperation and boredom even. You don't want a man who comes back. You want a man who never leaves in the first place. Because if you take him back, mark my words, you are only increasing the chances that he's going to do it again. Because you're indirectly greenlighting that it's okay for him to come and go. And this isn't even about him. This is about what you deserve as a woman. You need to always hold your self-respect higher than your attraction and love for any man. Because think of the men that you loved like 2-3 years ago. They probably mean nothing to you now. And that's my point. The only person you are going to have your entire life is you. Meaning men will come and go, but the relationship you have with yourself, that is for life, baby. A man who has to test replacements to value you is not the one. If he left once, believe the pattern, not the apology.
Why do you think men aren't approaching women anymore?
They're so full of themselves. They literally love themselves. They're literally all up in your grill. They just think that like they're not that like no one wouldn't like them.
Okay.
Yeah. Nobody likes you. Make us like you, and then we'll like you.
What can a guy do to make you like him?
Just be nice. How about being nice?
You don't like nice guys. Let's be honest.
No, how about like a gentleman?
A gentleman?
Women say this. They say they like a nice guy. They like a guy that's gonna come up, hello, I'm such and such, good to meet you. I think you're beautiful and I would love to take you on a date. Can I get your number? They say they like that. But look at who the guys that don't really give a about them. And the guys that approach them with a certain amount of bravado as if he's better than them. That's the guys that they're like. The nice guy, they put it in the friend zone. He got to sit there holding, put his chicken in the chokehold, hoping that one day that this girl give him, but she's not, because he's a nice guy. And whenever a woman says, "Oh, you're so nice," translation, what she's saying is, "Oh, I would never you ever."
She's always been the strong one, but nobody never asked, what did it take for her to be this strong? She never had an option. She never had a choice. Strength was the only thing she had. She's been in survival mode for so long, she don't even know what peace feels like. And it's not that she doesn't know how to get it. She knows. But she's been showing up for people for so long that she forgot how to show up for herself. She forgot what it feels like to be herself, to look herself in the mirror and be like, this is me. She only knows herself through the lens of other people because she spent a lot of time helping other people whenever they needed her. But when she needed them, they were nowhere to be found. So now when she's finally choosing herself, it's been a struggle because now she's trying to find purpose and peace within herself. But little by little, she's gonna get there. I just hope she knows that she doesn't have to sacrifice herself to be loved. I just hope she knows.
You're so boom. Self-respect is the foundation of love. Without respect, love fades. Self-respect is simply maintaining your authenticity, maintaining who you are in the face of adversity, in the face of other people. When you bend over for someone, when you people please, when you are a simp, other people lose respect for you. They recognize that you do not have self-respect. They end up not valuing you. And when you sacrifice who you are, your soul gets upset. And slowly over time, these relationships become empty and lonely feeling because you are not truly allowing yourself to be who you are. These are relationships built on performance, performing for one another at the cost of the self. Performance causes relationships, especially romantic ones, to fall apart. They cannot survive without authenticity, because the soul will never be happy that way. Have self-respect. Say no. Do not bend over backwards for another person, especially when they wouldn't do the same for you. Be authentic. Make your soul happy. Do not settle for performance and empty relationships. Find real love, not love that is doomed from the start. Watch my YouTube for more. Join my Discord, Drizzle.
here's how I think women should handle male friends. First, I think women should clear their space from all male friends while preparing for a relationship. If you are a man that has a female friend, I don't think she should talk to you. I don't think y'all should see each other while she's trying to get herself together for a relationship. I don't care how long y'all knew each other. Priorities. Understand this, you get male energy from those male friends. Their presence, their support, their perspective, their affection, especially if they find you attractive. I think that women should starve themselves of all of that. I don't think you should be eating breadcrumbs, that those interactions that you have with men and you eating breadcrumbs and that's kind of like getting you by. But you want a meal with a whole man, but you when you start to get a little bit antsy, you call up Charlie. People are starting to kind of understand the power of fasting, right? And women they can't wait to tell you that they're abstinent, that they're not having sex. What I'm telling you is that it's the same principle. Your micro interactions follow the same principle as the macro. So if you understand that for some, right, they don't want to have until they're in a relationship or they're married, the same principle applies to your micro interactions and you interacting in the small ways. Just a dinner, just a drink. Starve. Fast. Completely.
You know, modern women continue to keep themselves single. Well, you know, sometimes it's themselves keeping themselves, it's them keeping themselves single. But then once again, so many times we see modern women lose a good relationship over a toxic best friend. And it's really hard sometimes for these modern women to tell whether this is good advice or not, because genuinely, and a lot of times these modern, their friends have given them good advice in other things, right? So, hey, you know, go out here and take a chance going over here and travel in the world. You might have a good business experience. And they actually go and they actually do have a good time, business and pleasure, right? I go over there and I see the sights and I learn a different culture and I actually spend a couple years over there, right? Great experience. I learned how to do business in a different country or different language, different city, whatever it might be. And I grew from it. So that was genuinely good advice. But then when you go over here and you talk to them about dating, they having trouble themselves or they haven't really been successful at it. And even sometimes some of these ladies are married and they still be giving terrible advice. They don't really give the detailed advice that their friends actually need. They give the just roundabout way advice to where you're like, what is this going to do? How is this going to help me? And so they actually disqualify men based on how they feel versus what's actually true a lot of times.